Good evening, everybody. It is 6 o'clock. Right, welcome everybody to the live broadcast of another episode of Mindful Moments. Great to have you all on board here. Hello, everybody. Good to have you here, Sandra, Ilani, Jenny, Mari, Melanie, Jath, jy ook, Duchess, yes, everybody, you are so welcome to be here tonight. And I decided tonight I'm not going to wait any minute longer because this hour is a jam-packed session. Lots of things that I've got in mind to share with you. Also, looking forward to get your input as well, your comments as well. And you'll see that the top section of the comments, you will find also not only my bookstore where you can order the books from, but also the Mindful Moments support group. And you are welcome to join it. And many of you are already there. And some of you have already just a couple of minutes joined on that group as well. So welcome. We're going to have an awesome time here tonight. And so looking forward to hear from you how your week is. Some of you are doing multitask, ook vir die kombuis en luister. Sandra, het gaan goed met my en met jou. Mariska, hello. Oh, glad. Triangle, yes. Tonight is the triangle. Once upon a time I was very, very angry, so I bended this metal with my bare hand. And out of that anger, something beautiful came. Okay. Yeah. So it's been with me. And yeah. The harmonica is still here with him. It's always with me if the triangle by any chance would fail me. Good to have you all on board here tonight. And maybe there's more people joining later on. Doesn't matter. And remember, for those of you who need to knock off a bit earlier, I do record the session and you will have the edited version ready and available later on tonight. So good to have you all on board here. Yeah, it's nice to greet everybody just because all of you here, I see you're already belonging to the Mindful Moments group as well. So you may as well just get to know each other better. Yes, more personal. Right. So what is up the sleeve here tonight? Let's see. Once again, as I always say, it's a time to relax, to reflect, and reset. Reflect, relax, and reset. And those of you who look at the group, there's a few questions in the group that I ask you to reflect on. What have you learned today? What are some of the mistakes that you've made? Things that you don't want to repeat or carry over to 2025 by no means. You don't want to do that at all. So share your insights based on that question that I posed there on that group. And please, that's your group. This is our community where we will talk and share and support each other. Yes, I bend it with my bare hands. Powerful what the mind is capable of, eh? Yes, good to have you all here on board tonight. So the whole idea of tonight, where we're going to relax, reflect, and reset, is where we're going to talk about a very unusual topic that I'm sure you've never heard before. A very, very unusual topic. And it's going to really open your mind. My whole idea tonight is to just imagine your mind opening up and expanding itself, your potential in space. It's all about in space, to grow in space this year of 2025. Right. Ek mag nie flout in die see nie, het maak almal benoud. It's your space. It's your space to occupy. So that's what it's all about tonight. Here's the topic. I'm going to introduce this to you. Remembering your future now. Remembering your future now. Too many of us are remembering our past. And for that very same reason, they are stuck. They don't advance. They don't grow. They remain stuck because instead of remembering the future, they're remembering the past. And this is the whole idea tonight, to help you to understand how we can use certain powerful skills to remember your future, to make your future beautiful, bright, effective, dynamic, powerful. It's in your hands. And this is why we are here tonight, to really support each other and to learn the skills necessary for you to make 2025 a new dimension, a new start for yourself. Okay, so without any further delay, let's see how we're going to tackle this topic here tonight. First of all, I want to share with you this concept of our three-dimensional reality of time, space, and matter. It's a past, there's a present, and there's a future. And you will see here, we are now in the present moment. There's the past, there's the future, and that grey is at the back represents space. Space. Now, the problem with many of us is that we are living the future according to the past, according to our past experiences, our failures, our pain, the trauma. And what happens is that the past becomes our future, back to the future. And this loop that you see here is that where people are trapped in, and therefore they don't ever change. They continuously, constantly, when things happen, when they feel triggered, they are being transported from the past to the future, and they are entrapped in this loop. And the problem is, then you don't change, because you are trapped in this whole future past scenario. And this is why people get stuck in their situation. These bloody triggers, yeah, Mari. So tonight I want to help you with this. I want to give you a new skill, impart something very powerful to you, so that we can break this pattern. And so let me just show it again to you, this three-dimensional reality where we are in, and then the programming works like this. And so many of us, we can't move on. We beg to move on. We try our best to move on, but then there's the whole time setbacks, things that hold us back so that we can't really progress in life. And the whole problem then is we find ourselves eventually in a situation like this, a past-present scenario, where the things of the past still affecting me in the present moment. And what happens? My present moment becomes unpleasant. I'm stuck in this loop of past, present, and I'm just living my past the whole time. My past is haunting me, and I can't move on. What a frustration if you are trapped in this whole concept. Now, what I want to show you, go back to this one. Look, there is a programming that's busy taking place since birth. This mind programming has been taking place based on our experiences. And your future, therefore, becomes predictable based on your past experiences. And what happens? In consequence, you don't make any progress. You are stuck in this whole thing. As Maurice, you say, you still react incorrectly. I run away. I only learning to stand and deal now. And that's the whole idea. So this is what we are focusing on here tonight, to see how we can break this pattern of the past and the present, living in the moment, yeah, but not really. I'm in body, I'm here. In matter, I'm here. But in memories and in emotions, I am in the past. The idea of emotions, I want to share with you something very powerful, is to understand that emotions, based on what I've just shared with you now, is based on your past. Every time when you experience an emotion, is based on your past programming. And that's got to do with triggers. And so I want you to understand the whole idea. What I want to introduce to you tonight is all about using your emotions to get what you want. Yes, that's as you say, you've been stuck in what happened to you 15 years ago. When I met you, it's a long time. Everyone moved on except me. They all have lives, and I'm struggling with the same pain. I was so young. And still, what happens, that loop that I showed you keeps on transporting us to the past. I want to give you good news tonight. You can change it. And I want to help you tonight. Free of charge. Mahala. It's all on the house every Sunday night. I'm sharing this with you because I just like to share and impart to you tonight something very, very powerful. Okay, so you understand now this three-dimensional reality, which exists of time, space, and matter, and then also another dimension of time in terms of three-dimensional is past, present, and future. So that's the whole idea. So, and as you see, I'm just recapping, we are stuck in this past, present scenario the whole time, and the present is spoiled by the transportation of the past. Mari, you're asking how? What I'm going to do now, I'm going to share with you the 5 limiting beliefs that hold us back in the past. And if you are willing tonight to disconnect and to non-attach yourself from these 5 beliefs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if you are willing and ready to break with that, you can free yourself, you can liberate yourself. How's that for a deal tonight? It's possible, okay? So just hang on tonight. I'm going to share with you these 5 limiting beliefs that hold us back so that we can't move forward, and that the programming takes place, that the future becomes the past. The future becomes the past, the future is a playoff, is a manifestation of the past. And this is something that we need to break. Okay, the first one. The first limiting belief that's holding us captive in the past is the belief that I can't do it. I can't do it. So you believing it is impossible. I can't be successful. My business won't work. I can't get rid of this trauma. My relationships always fail. Because inherently we believe that we can't change. The fear of the future that we have. The fear of the failure that we have. I can't do it. Lack of self-worth. Perfectionism. Things must be perfect. Being hard on ourselves. I can't do it because I keep on comparing myself to others and I feel inadequate. I feel low. I always come second when I compare. We're afraid of judgment. And our past failures, as I mentioned earlier, also play a role, all contributing to the belief I can't do it. And I want you to remember these points tonight, because these are the beliefs that you have to challenge by saying, I can do it. Everything is possible. And I'm going to show you tonight how to do it. But you first need to become aware of your limiting beliefs, your toxic thinking. We are our own enemies. Remember, it's not the event, the trauma and the setback and the failure that put you back. It's your beliefs. And the beliefs that we have create appropriate and associated emotions. And then when we are stuck in our emotions, then we get this loop of future, past, future, past. And this is something that I want you to tackle tonight and look it straight in the eye when you want to start that business, when you want to reach out to that new relationship, to know I can do it and be aware of why there's a little voice inside of you saying to you the opposite, telling you the lie. And this is what we need to be aware of. Okay, so that's the first one. I can't do it. The second one that keeps us stuck in the past is the belief of things are not working out for me. Life sucks and things are not just working out for me. Another limiting belief holding people captive in the past. You see what happens? The victim mentality says, it's my circumstances that keep me stuck. Once you shift the emphasis away from that and realize it's your thoughts, it's your way of belief that's holding you back, your lack of trust in life's timing, to surrender over to the synchronicity of life. And I would like to share with you in a future broadcast more about synchronicity, how everything happens for a purpose, and how everything in the universe just happens in sync with each other. We believe things are not working out to ourselves because there's self-doubt. And this is the limiting belief that you have to address. Believe that I can make it work. And my fear of change, my negative filter, my sense of unworthiness, and as I said, linked to the victim mentality, the external blame that we have, blaming others, blaming people, holding people responsible for our pain. All of these things causes us to feel hopeless eventually, and we need to break free from this negative filter that we have created for ourselves to protect ourselves, the fear of rejection. Okay? So you're going to have to address these things. And what I'm doing here, I show you the limiting belief, and I show you at the bottom, at the bullet points, all the roots of it that you're going to have to do some work on and research and do introspection on. That's why I want to encourage you to watch this video after again to check it. Okay? I hear so many times that program is not working for me. That rehab didn't work for me. The hospital treatment, that doctor didn't work for me. It's not they didn't work for you. It's your beliefs that you did not manage to identify and then to challenge and change it. That's the hard work. You must do it. It's not the medication that's going to do this part for you. You're going to have to work on these points. Okay, now here comes the next one. Are you ready to move on? The next limiting belief that holds us captive in the past is what others will think of you when you do it or should you do it. The opinion that we value of other people hold us back. The fear of their judgment, the fear of being rejected. It must be perfect in your eye. Once again, you're comparing yourself to others. You assume the worst. And then you believe in social hierarchy. Social hierarchy, other people who are more important than me, their opinions matter. Those authority people, when they say it won't work, I must listen. Fear of change. And then the imposter syndrome, that feeling of others see through me. They see me as a fake person. You're going to have to address it. Okay, number four. Number four. Are you ready to move from number 3 to number 4? Have you got it? Those of you who are making notes. What others will think of me? Should I do it? And when I do it? And that's why we postpone, we delay, we hold back because of fear of judgment, rejection, perfectionism, comparing yourself to others. And then we blow it up in our mind, we assume the worst and say, oh, just leave it. It's not going to work. Fear of change, belief in social hierarchy, and then the imposter syndrome. Okay? Right. Are you getting it? Maury, I see last time you asked the question, how? Let's move on. Let's move on. Okay. Then another one, number 4. The fourth limiting belief that will hold you back towards the success of your future is abundance is for other people. It's for the billionaires and the wealthy in Hollywood, and for those people who stay in the States, other people, it's for them, it's not for me. The problem is you are manifesting a scarcity mindset, a sense of unworthiness, once again, comparison and envy. Or what about fear of responsibility? Fear of responsibility. The other day, I was speaking to wealthy women who are very successful in their business, but they don't have a partner. And they want to attract a partner into their lives, but it's their limiting beliefs that's holding them back, because they say, I must sacrifice then if I want to have a man in my life. It's going to take time, effort, and energy, and I don't have time for that. So what happens? They're manifesting the opposite of what they want. You see, fear of responsibility and commitment. Belief in luck over effort. You see, that magic thinking. And also the limiting beliefs that many of us have around money and success in our life. It holds us back. That's why we can't move on, because these limiting beliefs about money and success, belief in luck, they keep us chained to the past. Okay. Now the last one. I must worry about the future. If I don't worry about the future, there must be something terribly wrong with me. You see, that control issue as your safety is your big enemy. The fear of the unknown, your second enemy. Now that sense of responsibility sounds so noble, but you put so much pressure on yourself. I must worry about the future based on past experiences or pain that we have about those past experiences, or the failure that we had, a relationship that didn't break up, a business that failed. And then we lack of trust that we have in life or ourselves, and we just give up on ourselves. And then we get people. They believe that worry equals care. Wrong, eh? And the belief in scarcity is the problem. We grew up poor, and we must always save money and save the scarcity, and always buy the cheapest stuff. That kind of mindset that holds us back in the past. Does it make sense? Let's just pause on these 5 points. Holding us back. Life is not working for me. Hey, life sucks. That's how people say that first one. I can't do it. I don't believe in myself. Every time when I hear someone who's making a breakthrough in their life, they said the success was about, I believe in myself. I have to believe in myself before I can believe in my cause. Yes, and what others think of me, the opinion that matters so much, that weighs so heavy. And then we feel depressed because we put on the weight of someone else, weights that do not belong to us. And the whole idea of these limiting beliefs is to identify them and let it go, because it does not belong to you. You've been owing it too long. It's toxic. Why sitting on toxicity and owing it up while there is a way out that I want to share with you tonight? And then I must worry about the future instead of believing in your future. That's what I want to help you now. That we can move on to this next point of believing not only in yourself, but also believing in your future. Now, how on earth is this possible? And what I want to do now, there is a way to escape it. I want to show you that all of these limiting beliefs, these 5 limiting beliefs that I've shared with you, produces certain undesirable toxic emotions: inferiority, anxiety, depression, frustration. As I carry on, very toxic production, very toxic result stemming from these belief systems. Now, this is how programming works. It works exactly like when you watch a TV advert based on, say, for instance, on a dreadful disease, and they want to advertise a certain product. What do many advertisers do? They instill fear in people. And many sales agents and many marketing people and people who sell policies, they many times use the fear factor to drive people towards sales. Fear. Fear is an emotion, like any other emotions. All of these emotions put you in motion. And that's my concern that I want to share with you tonight. It's all about the emotion. And in mental health, it's all about emotions. If your emotions are not fine, you are struggling, you are suffering, and you need help. But what if I say to you tonight that the answer to this whole situation about having a better 2025 has got to do with your emotions? And this is what I want to share with you tonight. Okay. Right. So it's been quite a long, how can I say, a long prelude towards what I want to share with you now. And here it comes. Intention. I want you to think of the emotions that you really, really want to feel in 2025. And if you have a pen and pencil and paper with you, write down those emotions now. What is it that you would like to feel? Now, I also did this exercise for myself. So, to help you, here are my emotions that I want to feel more frequently, more intense in 2025. Let's see. I want you to focus now only on the paragraph on the right hand side, your elevated emotion. What is necessary for you to change 2025 has got to do with your elevated emotions that you need to produce. There's a couple. I want to feel empowered in 2025. I don't know about you. Feel free. Feel energized. I want to feel gratitude, joyful, worthy, stimulated, motivated, satisfied, adventurous, unlimited in love with myself as well, and in love with life per se. Now look at it. These emotions are elevated. They operate on an extremely high level of frequency. And all of them, the one that's almost the strongest there is gratitude. It's a very, very strong emotion. Now, just as negative emotions can make you sick. You know what depression and anxiety does. These emotions do the opposite. These emotions have the potential to really liberate you, heal you, and put you on a different track totally. But how do we get it? How do you get it? And this has got to do with the intention. And I want you to become aware of your intention for 2025 that you need to focus on. And listen what I'm saying. I'm not talking about New Year's resolutions. I'm not talking about goal setting. No, I'm talking about what is your intention. Because if you say to me in my work, business, or career, for instance, I would like to really start my own business. I would like to, for instance, I want to prepare my CV and I would like to really start a new job. And what are you busy doing? That intention creates a feeling. And what the brain does, there's two ways how an emotion is created. By a real life experience, or number two, by what the brain imagines. You are actually fooling, tricking your subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is unable to discern between reality and fantasy. Your subconscious mind takes it as it is. What is your intention for your career, your business for this year? I want you to go and reflect on it. But your intention must be so powerful. It must create and generate those elevated emotions. I want to give you an example. The business is called The Ancient Master. I've got amazing intentions for this year to grow this platform towards more people that will join. And what is happening? I'm looking in my mind. I feel the emotions already. I see it, but more I feel it. It's not only about visualization. I want to take you beyond visualization tonight. It's all about emotions, feelings in motion. It's your emotions that drive you towards your success, your intention that you generate in those areas. So let's go back to that picture. Now, I want you to think of all of these areas. Work, business, career, your health and mental health, your relationship, finances, and even spiritual. So what you do, you can decide on one area, or you can decide on each of these areas, and you can even add more areas if you want to. Doesn't matter. And you put your intention there very, very clear. And what happens? You are busy creating, in fact, recreating a reality for yourself. Because not if I will have it, it is a done deal because my subconscious mind is accepting it. And I start feeling the emotion because I am there and my brain is busy creating a pathway, a neurological pathway, so that my future becomes familiar. I'm feeling, in other words, the emotion of the future before it's happening. You get me? I repeat it. You are feeling the emotion of the future before it happens. Maybe it makes sense to you about the topic for tonight is remembering the future now. I want you to learn the skill tonight to remember your future. When you put it out there, this is your intention for your relationship for this year, and you write it down clearly, and you start seeing it and feeling it, that place to go to wherever you say, for instance, I want to move to the sea, and you're not only visualizing the sea, but you're smelling it. You're tasting the saltiness on your lips. What are you doing? You're creating a physical sensation, association to your emotion. Because an emotion is a feeling, it's a physical feeling. So your reality is based on your emotions, on what you feel. It's all about emotions. When your emotions is not good, you've got a mental health problem and you need help there. And here I want to help you tonight. That's something that you will very seldom hear in psychological sessions, because this is more a neuralistic programming, NLP. And this is powerful stuff. To understand that your reality is based on your emotions. And the problem why we don't get it, because we are stuck in time, and there's a separation. There's a distance, and that separation is like when you're waiting for things to happen. Life, like I said, with those limiting beliefs, that all of those limiting beliefs cause a separation. So life is not working for me. I must worry about my future, and other people's opinions are very important to me, and abundant life is for other people. So what's happening? You're creating separation. This is what we want to work against. So what I want you to do tonight is, when you put your intention down very, very clear, and you start feeling these emotions, you are going to start falling in love with your future. And the whole idea is that you cannot attract anything in your life when you feel separated from it. You cannot attract anything into your life beautiful if you don't experience the emotion first. It's very simple. This is how manifestation is working. You all have done it when you fell in love with someone. You feel the emotion of attraction even before you connect with the person or date the person. You first feel the emotion, and then your emotion pulls you towards that person. So everything in life is working on emotions. If you're not going to follow this concept, 2025 is going to be a very, very big drag for you. So here's your homework, and what we're going to do in the Mindful Moments support group. I want you to share your intentions there with each other. And if you already have some intentions in some of those areas, then I would like you to put it down even now. If you want to generate more ideas about intention, then you can go to my bookshop, the personal development book, and there's other books also, the Breaking Habits workbook. All of those workbooks work on the wheel of balance. I've just selected some of those areas that you can put there for your intention. But what I'm sharing with you tonight is already a good start. Your intention for your marriage, your relationship for 2025. Your intention for your business. What is your intention? You cannot feel the feeling if there's no intention. So what's going to happen? I want to take you now back to this whole concept of remembering the future and the programming. We don't want to do that. That's not good. That's based on limiting beliefs, the 5 limiting beliefs that hold us back. There's something else that I want to share with you tonight that is very, very, very powerful. Watch here. Watch here very closely. Your present moment. You're becoming the person that you want to be tomorrow already today. You start putting out the intention. You start feeling the emotion right now, not as if it is real. It is real. It is a done deal. So what you're doing, you are actually connecting your present with the future. You're creating a link and you're bypassing the previous one that existed between the past and the future, that first one I showed you. Now, because you are working on intention and the associated elevated emotions, you are entering the field of possibilities. Your future and your present scenario is connected, disconnected from the past. You are overruling all the negative pains of the past, the traumas. You are going beyond this past programming now, and you are returning to the present moment where you are, and from here, you're going to manifest it. I want you to think about it. And in the Mindful Moments group, the link that I've already put up there, that's where you're going to learn more and more to see this change. I'm sure many of you are really fed up to here, that the past is manifesting the whole time in the tomorrows. And that's why many people, when it's New Year, they get drunk, because they don't have hope for 2025. It's just going to be another year. All the mistakes of yesterday will repeat itself. All the 5 limiting beliefs regarding future are there, still embedded in the subconscious and conscious mind. You, with this skill I'm teaching you tonight, you can change it, everybody. You can change it. Those of you just tuned in now, welcome to the Liesel, Sarita, Konay, everybody, welcome here tonight. And those of you just tuned in, if you missed out, remember I'm recording this broadcast to make it available for you to listen to the points that you've missed out. We are talking about elevated emotions. Elevated emotions, and I'm going to take you back to the concept of intention, connected to your elevated emotion. The more powerful, attractive, and challenging your intention is, the more elevated your emotion becomes. And there are the elevated emotions. Start feeling the gratitude now. Start feeling empowered now. Like me, I'm feeling already empowered because my future and the now is connected with each other. Otherwise, I can't do this work. I can't do this work if I'm going to still be stuck in the past. So this is the tool that I'm giving to you tonight. But I'm not done. There's more. In my previous broadcasts, I've said to you about, and I spoke to you about the purpose of life. The purpose of your life is to find what is your highest desire. The things in your life that gives you the highest joy, the ultimate sense of your joy. And when you invest your time, your resources, and your attention and all your energies into what's giving you the ultimate joy in life, you're already elevating your emotions. That's where the intentions are. Okay, so let's go back now to that diagram about intention. I want you to understand this concept very clearly tonight. All of those 5 mentioned areas on the left-hand side of the column has got to do with things that you are doing that's going to give you the elevated emotion of your ultimate joy, your purpose in life. So many people are sitting in jobs and they're following a career, they're in a situation where they don't want to be, but the more they don't want to be in it, the more they manifest a negative emotion. And hence they are trapped in this loop that I spoke about earlier. You're going to break it. You're going to break the pattern. Only you can break this pattern when you come to the conclusion of the answer. What are the things that gives you the ultimate joy in my life? When I was in standard 3, I had the desire to play the blues harmonica. And I spoke to my dad, and the dad said, we don't have the money. We don't. But I kept on having the feeling. In my mind, I was playing it already. I was feeling it. I was playing it already in my mind. I remember. And then one evening, my dad came and he brought me my first harmonica, and I still have it. It cost him R3.75. That same harmonica nowadays costs R300. I manifested it. So there already I learned it, but sadly speaking, I didn't took that lesson wholeheartedly to apply it in any other areas. Tonight I want to help you. So that's why I'm doing this harmonica every time, not just for being funny. It's because I manifested it. And when I started to manifest that, I thought to myself, but I want to play the guitar. My dad said, well, I have no money. So he said, if I can't get a guitar, then I'm going to build myself one. So I started to build guitars from paraffin tins and all sorts of tins. Eventually, someone in our church gave me a beautiful, beautiful classical guitar when I was in standard 7. And I had that guitar for more than 20 years, and until I played it, there was nothing left of it over. This was an intention associated with an elevated emotion. We can change if you become very clear this year about your intention or intentions. What is it that's giving you the ultimate joy in life? Because people ask me, what's my purpose in life? What's the direction I need to go in? It's very simple. The answer is very simple. Follow your heart that gives you the biggest joy. That joy will transcend the pain of the past. You are reprogramming yourself to say to yourself, I'm anchoring myself into the present moment now in terms of this is my intention or these are my intentions. I want you to start feeling the emotions. Let's start with the exercise now. Let's go now to the next part of the session, and this has got to do with feeling the emotion of gratitude. I want you to focus only on one area of intention that you've already listed in your mind or you wrote it down. Doesn't matter. The intention is there. The intention must be very, very clear. Okay? I want to be debt-free, financially speaking. Me and my spouse, we want to reconcile. I want to open my own business. whatever your intention is. No goals, no specifics associated with it. Only the intention. No goal setting, only the intention, okay? I want you to focus on that one. Have you got it? Okay? Now, let's first start with the highest of them all, the highest elevated emotion, namely gratitude. What does gratitude do to a human being when you practice it? I'm going to share with you now. What we're going to do now, wherever you are, standing, sitting, or walking, or floating in the river, sea, dam, wherever you are, I want you just to experience gratitude. Gratitude is the emotion so powerful that will attract you towards the future. Because gratitude says it's a done deal. Thank you. Just like when you pray over your food with gratitude, we say thanks before we eat, then we eat. The same we are doing here. What happens when you experience gratitude? It elevates your mood. It's a done deal. My business is growing. I'm healed. I'm healed from that illness. I am healed. Not I'm going to get healed. I am healed. Because the present and the future is connected. I am manifesting it. Feel the emotion now. And I want you to take a deep breath, sit upright or stand upright. And what you do, breathe through your nostril, fill up your from your diaphragm, fill it up here, and hold it like this. And then slowly breathe out. And when you breathe in here from your bottom, from your tummy. Tighten it here at the bottom. And what you do, you put intention in it. Hold it. And when you breathe out, experience gratitude. See in your mind how it's a done deal. Feel it. Feel the emotion of gratitude. How it's bringing shivers down your spine. How it's elevating your whole being. Because in your mind, in your world, it's a done deal. I do have it. That's why I say I have all of those elevated emotions. Gratitude is the strongest one. Secondly, what gratitude is also busy doing, it is actually not only pulling you towards your future, connecting the present and the future with each other. That's, we spoke about it now. That is divine. It's fantastic. But there's a second powerful thing what happens when we practice gratitude. It changes your perception. You are detoxifying yourself from your limiting beliefs. So I'm going to make it very easy for you. Go back to your 5 limiting beliefs that I spoke about earlier. You've identified them. Is it correct? Now, I'm not going to say fight against it, how to change it. We call that in therapy CBT, cognitive behavior therapy, and there's a place for it. And those of you who struggle with that, I can help you with that on a one-on-one. That can help. It can work. It's fantastic. It's a powerful tool. But the easiest way to transform yourself from these limiting beliefs, and that's back to the last question that was asked in the group, Mari, when you asked how? Gratitude. Because gratitude changes your perception. It changes the way you look at things. Now, you're not practicing gratitude to say, I'm so grateful for my mommy and my daddy. I'm so grateful for my children. I'm so grateful for that and that in my life. I'm so grateful for having a roof over my head. No, 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 nothing wrong with that. But what we are doing in that case is you are only focusing on the now. Nothing wrong. But what we are doing here is we are connecting the now with the future. And this is what gratitude does. You feel it. The whole body operates on feeling. And what happens? You are tricking your subconscious mind because your subconscious believe it. On the conscious level, maybe you don't see it yet, but on the subconscious, you believe it. And your subconscious takes it and starts physically responding according to it. From your cell nucleus, from your DNA, you start responding differently. Don't think if you do it only once or twice or now and then randomly, it's going to work. You're going to have to take this exercise seriously, consistently, and do it the whole time. Our next session will be in the new year. What I'm going to do, I'm going to build on it because there's many, many more things to learn about this change that you need to bring in your life. But for now, to understand that you have to identify your elevated emotions. Maybe I must just go back again to elevated emotions. I've only focused on gratitude because it's a very powerful emotion. But all the others are also very, very potent. Very potent. And I keep on saying the reason why many people are struggling with mental health problems nowadays is the toxicity of their environment. There are two types of environment: your physical, visible environment, and then your internal environment, your mindset, your belief system. And that is then influencing the cells of your body. And this is what we need to work on. We need to give ourselves and our body a new message. Now, the message that your cells will receive are emotions. Not only gratitude when you say thanks and for grace and for food, but you take it to another level. Okay? So I want to really encourage you now. Do this exercise and we're going to help each other. We're going to help each other in the support group that's been there for a couple of years, but it's been a bit dormant for a long time now. For 4 years, this group has now been dormant, I think. And now we're going to use it for this purpose, to manifest the change that you desire in your life. Okay, we've got 2 minutes left before this broadcast ends. Right. I want you also now, in conclusion, just to think and reflect on this year. Your failures of this year, the bad habits, things that you want to let go of, all of them are associated with certain negative limiting beliefs. This week, in one of my groups, I asked a question to people. Before you can learn to manage your anxiety, you first need to give your own definition of anxiety. What is your definition of anxiety? Go and sit and think. My experience the past 7 years where I've been working now in the field of mental health, every time, with no exception, limiting beliefs. These 5 limiting beliefs that I spoke about tonight, they create enormous mental health problems. And what does your body, your emotions do? Sending the signals to your cells in your body, making you very, very sick. Now we want to give you medication, but the medication is clashing with the toxic limiting beliefs, and the person is not getting better because of the past future loop that people are trapped in. I gave you the tool tonight that you can change it. You can do it. I see there's a lot of you watching it tonight, but you're all very quiet. I know you were listening. I know you're absorbing here tonight. There's work to be done. There's lots of work to be done. So what we're going to do in the group of mindful moments that most of you already belong to, we're going to work more diligently on these 5 limiting beliefs that's holding us back, that keep us in the loop, and then we're going to become more clear about our intentions. But for tonight, we are close to New Year. Come on, let's put the intention out. Let's put the message out there to the universe, out there. Universe, this is my intention. Clear. Very loud and clear. Very loud and clear. Very loud. This is my intention. And these are my elevated emotions. And when there comes a moment of doubt, when the emotion wants to go down, remind yourself once again of your intentions. Clearly, these are my intentions. And immediately feel the emotion. Feel it, how it's working in your body. And use your senses. Smell it. Taste it. Whatever the intention is. Feel it in your body through your 5 senses. It's yours. Just like I did it when I was in standard 3. And all of you have done this concept of manifestation before. Before I could play, I had the intention, the desire. Before I could get it, I had the intention, the desire, I wanted. 375, around about in 1975, was a lot of money. For my dad, I don't think he even earned a salary of more than 800 Rand to support us kids those days. It's a lot of money. But the intention was there. Are you clear about your intentions here tonight? Go and sit and contemplate and think clearly about your intentions for the new year, for your life. And then create the associated emotions, elevated emotions next to it. Put it, and these emotions associated with your intention becomes your reality. You deserve it. Right, I hope you enjoyed tonight. I don't know about you. I had an awesome time here tonight. Okay, thank you everybody. This was just amazing to be here tonight. And I'll be in contact with you on the Mindful Moments group. And I'm looking forward to hear from you. What are your intentions? What are your associated elevated emotions that you would like to experience? Love you all. I'm sending hereby out love to you all, gratitude towards you all. I'm grateful towards everybody here tonight. Thank you for your participation here tonight. Thank you for your valuable input. I really appreciate you all. And what's amazing here tonight, I think I know you, every one of you personally through the years. Wow, what a privilege. Thank you so much. I'm very, very humbled tonight by your presence here tonight. All of the best. Take care and have a blessed evening. Next time, we'll see each other 2025.